Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Jefferson TV. Tonight is the final week of the regular season as the Auburn Knights have traveled here to Swanson Stadium to take on your Jefferson Jayhawks. A good evening to you, everyone, and a happy Thursday evening. It is football weather here on the state line. Alongside Joah Hoffman, I am Trevor Larson, class of 2013. And Joah, right from the stop, no hiding this ball game tonight. The Jayhawks have not had a winning season and played postseason football since 1993. This is what you worked for every season. You got a chance here tonight to pull out a victory against a 1-7 Auburn club and finish with that first winning season in 32 years.
Yeah, this is a big game for Jefferson, and Auburn, just because they're 1-7, they're not going to come out trying to win this game. They want to play spoiler. They want to take Jefferson out of the playoffs if they can. So Jefferson has got to come to play.
Again, mentioning it, the Auburn Knights 1-7, Jayhawks 4-4 here this evening. It is a nice chilly night here as we enter the throes of October. Temperatures might dip into the upper 30s. We're a couple of minutes away from kickoff, so we'll let the pregame festivities finish out and get you set for kickoff. Should be going live with action in about 5 or 6 minutes. You're watching Jefferson TV.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's varsity competition featuring the visiting Auburn Knights and your Jefferson Jayhawks. At this time, we ask that you please rise if you are able. Kindly remove all caps and join us in honoring America with the playing of our national anthem, played tonight by the Jefferson High School Band under the direction of Mr. Benjamin Randecker. fans, please remain standing and show your Jayhawk pride as the Jefferson Band performs our school song.
No, this way. All right, we're getting set for kickoff here. Joah, you mentioned it. This Auburn team coming on the road tonight. They want to play spoiler. Jefferson, the crowd has traveled here tonight. It's a chilly one, late October on a Thursday. So not your usual Friday night lights, but I know a lot of people here and watching at home are hoping to see their Jayhawks come away with a victory here this evening. What are you looking for here in the first quarter?
I mean, you just got to establish, especially on a cold night like this, you have to establish the run game. The pass game might be inconsistent depending on how cold it is and everything like that. So you got to establish a good run game and keep time of possession on your side.
Last week, of course, your Jayhawks took down the Freeport Pretzels by a score of 10-6 in a low-scoring ball game. I'm sure Jefferson head coach Cody Casaza is looking for a little bit more offense here this evening, and if they can jump out to an early lead, that is what would be ideal. Auburn will receive the opening half kickoff as we are ready for action here under the lights at Swanson Stadium. Auburn will have one return man back near the 10-yard line. Jayhawks kicking it away from the 40. As we are underway here on this Thursday evening. Ball's going to be taken in near the 15-yard line. That's number 2, Anthony Lipin. He's going to get out to the 35-yard line. And the Auburn Knights will come out on offense. Your Jefferson Jayhawk defense will come out. Joah, the Jayhawks defense just allowed that one touchdown last week in the third quarter. They pitched a shutout in the first half. I'm sure they would love to do that here tonight.
Yeah, Jefferson's defense has definitely not been the weakest link of this team. It's always been very consistent all season long, so hopefully they can continue that today.
Ball will be spotted on the far hash. Looks like Auburn's going to come out in that pistol formation. Jayhawks with 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers. There's the snap. This is going to be a read option. Handed it off to number 8. That's Peter Azaglu, as he's going to spin away from a tackle and be thrown out of bounds around the 44-yard line, as it's a good first play of the game for the Auburn Knight offense. In fact, they'll give them the 45. Now they're going to spot it at the 46, and it'll be a first down for the Knights.
That was a really good play there by Auburn.
Almanacci on the tackle. Again, Peter Zagalu on the carry for the Knights. So 1st and 10 as they pick up 10 yards on that first down carry. Pistol formation once again. It's going to be another handoff and a lot of space for Zagalu as he is down the near sideline and finally pushed out of bounds inside the 10. And a touchdown saving tackle by Jaden Williams. And a couple of good runs here for the Knights to open up the ball game, as immediately they are in the red zone and pushing on the goal line.
Yeah, this is not the start you were hoping for if you're a Jayhawks fan, because just 2 plays and they're already just 5 yards away from the end zone.
So back-to-back first down runs. That one a big gainer on the ground for the Knights, as Zagalu has a number of rushing yards already, just 30 seconds in. This is going to be a read option, and that one's going to be caught out wide, and the ball is fumbled, picked up by the Jayhawks. Is it picked up? Had some trouble getting on top of that one. Let's see if they recovered, and they do. And instead of a touchdown, that one's going to be a turnover inside the 5. A lucky break for the Jayhawk defense as they take over deep inside their own territory.
That's a gigantic play right there. That was a great job by the defense. They gave up 2 big runs, but they held strong and they got a turnover in the end, and that's what you need from a defense.
So a huge break for the Jayhawks as they take over what looked like it was going to be a touchdown. Perhaps it instead was forced out near the goal line, and the Jayhawks take over on the 3. A big break for this defense. First offensive drive of the evening for the Jayhawks. William in shotgun. He's going to turn and he's going to hand and some space for Roby, and he's going to get down around the 12-yard line. Give him 8, 9, now 10 yards on that carry. So a first down for the Jayhawks on the ground.
That's huge to get those like 10 yards right there, get out of your own end zone and not have to worry as much about getting a safety.
Ball out to the 14-yard line. Give him 11 yards on that carry. DeAngelo's Roby getting the first offensive touch of the evening for the Jayhawks. Again, if you're just tuning in, the Knights had the ball inside the 10. They fumbled near the goal line on a pass play, and the Jayhawks took over. Here's going to be a swing pass out to the right. A little bit of room towards the sideline. A nice strike out towards the Auburn sideline. On first down by Williams. Over to Mike Townsend, his first reception on the evening.
Really good play there by Townsend to get in between 2 defenders. Wasn't the best blocking ever on that kind of screen play, but he made it work and was able to pick up some positive yards.
So 2nd and 3 upcoming here for the Jayhawks.
Brings up 2nd down and 4 for the Jayhawks.
Here's a snap and some misdirection out of the backfield. Here comes Roby once again, a little bit of space, and another nice run here by DeAngelo's Roby in the first quarter as he picks up a first down, his 2nd first down run of the evening, as the Jayhawks have looked good here on their opening offensive drive.
Yeah, that was a really good run right there. He did a great job at making somebody miss, and like I said, you got to establish the run game, so that's definitely what they're doing here.
Jayhawks moving quickly, deciding to go a little bit of no huddle action now, talking it over at the line of scrimmage, slowing down. 3 receiver set for the Jayhawks, and looks like some miscommunication as Williams turned to the right, but the running back Roby went off his left hip, and just lucky for Williams that he was able to hang on to that ball, as that's going to go for a big loss on first down.
Yeah, I mean, going no huddle at the high school level can definitely lead to some miscommunication like that more often than not, and that's not really a play you can have in this situation.
So a 6-yard loss, 2nd and 16 upcoming here for the Jayhawks. Here on their first possession of the evening, just getting started, 9 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Here's a snap. There's going to be another pass out wide to Townsend. Townsend trying to get some space near the Jayhawks sideline. He'll gain the original line of scrimmage and a few more yards, as it's a nice little play on 2nd down to set up a 3rd and medium here for the Jayhawks.
And they really like using Townsend there on those kind of wide receiver screens, those bubbles. He's really good at creating space, even getting the ball behind the line of scrimmage, and he's a really good player in those situations.
Gain of 8 yards on the play.
That'll be officially 3rd and 7. Ball on the 36-yard line. They've got to get it out to the 43. Jayhawks in near tight, near the sideline. 1 receiver isolated up top. Here's a snap to Williams. It's going to be another handoff to Roby. Roby trying to cut it back towards midfield, and he's going to pick up 6.5 yards. It'll be a 4th and short, and an interesting decision here early in the game for the Jayhawks.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to go for it here. I like that decision. Maybe they'll try to draw them off sides first. We saw that last week work, so.
Jayhawk fans, get on your feet and make some noise!
4th and 1 here for the Jayhawks. They will keep the offense on the field. 3 receivers, 2 to the top. Williams in pistol. He's going to turn, hand, and stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Thrown back. A great play on defense that time. Number 0, Dion Stidwell for the Knights, got into the backfield right away, and the Jayhawks turn it over on downs as the Auburn Knights will take over inside Jefferson territory.
Yeah, Auburn really stacked the box there. They were committed to that run game and paid off for them.
And the Jayhawks turning the ball over on downs. They needed a yard. Instead, they got thrown back a couple. Again, a great play by Dion Stidwell to stuff the running back and drive him back a few yards. Really no opportunity to pick up that first down. So now the Auburn Knights will take over for their second possession of the evening. They've run just 3 plays. They had 2 runs, both by Peter Izaigalu, and they had a pass that was fumbled following the reception near the goal line, which allowed the Jayhawks to take over. Now here they come out on offense as we're going to have a stoppage, and it looks like it might be a timeout for the Auburn Knights, their first of the half. Just getting underway here at Swanson Stadium. 8:16 left to play here in the first quarter. We'll take a quick break and be back for more action here on Jefferson TV. So coming out of the timeout, Auburn will have the ball on the 40-yard line. They will start their second possession of the evening inside Jefferson territory. Already the third possession of the ball game, just 4 minutes in. The ball has changed hands once on a fumble, once on a turnover on downs. Here are the Knights on offense. Here's the pistol snap, now looking off to the left. That ball is floating in the air, and it's going to be intercepted. Another turnover by your Jayhawk defense, as for the second time already in the first. They make a play near that far pylon, and 2 turnovers already in the game by the defense. Jayhawks will take over on their own 10.
Yeah, that's another big turnover. It's going to give the offense the ball kind of around their own end zone again, but hopefully this time they can get a longer drive going and go down and score.
Number 3, Juwan Harris came down with that interception as that ball was really floating up in the air. Made a great play to stop and locate, turn it around, and snagged it out of the air. So here come the Jayhawks now from their own 10-yard line. So they will shift, get lined up. Williams in the pistol. This one's going to be another turn and hand. This time, looks like that's number 2, Alejandro Almonacchi, for his first carry of the evening. Picks up 4 yards and sets them up for a 2nd and 6 from the 14.
Yeah, and he had himself a really good game last week, too. Some really big runs there, so hopefully he can get that going again tonight.
Second down coming up here for the Jayhawks.
Good for Barnes. Brings up second down and 6 for the Jayhawks.
As this one is not going to go anywhere on a second down, so it's going to be a 3rd and medium here. Almonacchi once again on the carry.
Yeah, and they're right there again. Auburn bringing lots of pressure. They've been showing that all game, bringing in some corners by the looks of it, and their linebackers.
So we apologize for some of the technical issues. Should have that back now. So 3rd and medium here, 3rd and 8. From the 12-yard line, they've got to hit the 12. This is going to be a little push pass, and not a lot doing that time. As some more good penetration on the D-line for the Knights. Gennardi tripped up at the original line of scrimmage, and it's going to bring up 4th down here for Jefferson.
Yeah, so far it's really been another defensive battle here tonight. Jayhawks defense has done a better job again turnovers, but Auburn just really hasn't let Jefferson go
Sets a
anywhere.
punt for the Jayhawks, number 12.
Sets a punt for the Jayhawks, number 12, Jaden Williams.
For the Knights, number 5.
Back to return for the Knights, number 5,
Williams gonna
Gavin
be back
Sanders.
to punt near his own goal line, and that one might have been tipped. A little bit tough to see. Does take a good bounce out near midfield as it'll be down at the 48-yard line.
One down by 4.
Knights will take over again inside Jefferson territory.
From the 48-yard line.
Yeah, that one was really close to being blocked right there.
So Joah, the Auburn Knights coming out for their third offensive possession of the evening. They've ran a grand total of 4 plays so far, and they already have 2 turnovers. I'm sure they're going over on the Auburn sideline saying, hey, you know, if we're going to win this game and upset these Jayhawks, we got to hang on to the ball. You can't go a game turning the ball over at the end of the play.
Yeah, I mean, they started out with a really good run game on the first drive, and then obviously it was just the one pass play for the interception before that. I mean, on the second drive, so we'll see what they decide to go with.
6:06 left to play here in the first quarter. It's been an action-packed first quarter of action. No score on the scoreboard as of yet. There is going to be a pistol and another handoff once again to Izaigulu as he's looked good out of the backfield here for the Knights as his third carry of the evening goes for a 6-yard gain out to the 41.
Yeah, he's looking really good out of the backfield there. I would not be surprised if we don't see any passes here this drive from Auburn if it keeps going.
6 yards on the play. Second and 4, Auburn.
Lindy in the pistol formation. Izaigulu in behind him. Here's a snap. It's going to be another turn and another hand. This one is going to be a bounce off of the blocker's backside and a nice change of direction by the running back Izaigulu once again.
Carry again by Easy Agulu. Tackle made by Jayhawks 7, Jay Shack.
Auburn player as he's making his way towards the sideline. Looks like that's number 55.
That's enough for an Auburn first down.
Neighbors the third. We have a brief stoppage for that injury.
I'm out on the field.
Yeah, you hope that it's just not really an injury here and just that he's really cold and got his fingers jammed or something.
Yeah, it's been a relatively warm football season here on the state line. Tonight, really the chilliest night of the football season. And we mentioned it, temperatures into the 40s, perhaps into the upper 30s here tonight. So, you know, you take an elbow the wrong, you know, in the wrong spot, you know, that might take just a couple extra plays to get back out on the field. Ready for action once again. Lindy in the pistol. This is going to be another handoff coming towards the Jefferson sideline. And the first good defensive play of the evening against Izaigulu, as that time he was not able to get anything going as he stopped near the original line of scrimmage.
Peter Easy Agulu. Tackle made by Jefferson's 11, Gennardi Turner. No gain on the play. Second down at Knights. Stand your attention, please. The apparel table will be closing at the end of the first quarter. So be sure to stop by to get all of your Jefferson swag before the end of the
Their
first
third
quarter.
possession of the evening already inside Jefferson territory. 4 wide receivers set here for the Knights. Lindsey and Izaigulu in formation. It's going to be a snap, turn, and handoff once again. Trying to contain him was Holt, but able to break free of the arm tackle. As he
Carry again by Easy Agulu.
It'll be a 3rd and 5.
Brought down by a host
Multiple
of
times
Jayhawk
where
tacklers.
Jefferson could have stopped him a lot farther back, but he's done a good job at evading the tackles, and Jefferson's just got to do a better job.
6-yard gain on the play, 3rd and 4, Knights. Fans also don't forget to stop by the concession stand for grilled meats,
See it,
chips,
but he took
popcorn,
a couple
and
of
drinks.
extra seconds
Take
to
cash
get back
and
and
now
walk
you
towards
can also
formation.
tap to pay or use your card.
Yeah,
Stop by and
the
enjoy
chilliness
your
of
game night
the
favorites.
might be having an impact. As he's going to be sent off now. Looks like there's an equipment issue, perhaps with his knee pad or his thigh pad, as I'm sure that might impact what's going to happen here on this play, as quarterback Xavier Lindy looking over to the sideline as their all-star running back out of the play here on 3rd down. Three receivers bunched up tight near the Jefferson sideline. Here's going to be a snap and a handoff to number 5. That's Gavin Sanders, and he's going to gain a couple yards as we have some extracurriculars going near the Auburn sideline. No flags on the play, but a good stop on 3rd down is going to bring up 4th and short. We saw the Jayhawks go for it on 4th. Auburn Knight's going to keep their offense on the field here.
Yeah, I think they definitely will. This is kind of prime 4-down territory. Their kicker was warming up from about the 20. That's the farthest back he went, so not quite his range, but also way too short to punt it.
Jayhawk fans, we want to hear y'all, man!
4th and 4. They've got to hit the 24-yard line. They've got 2 tight ends set here as we have some movement up front.
Penalty flag on the field
against the Jayhawks as the defense would give Auburn a free 1st down as a mistake here in the 1st quarter.
Can't be having that.
1st down, Auburn.
Instead of 4th down, it'll be 1st and 10 as they'll move the ball to the 23-yard line. Jefferson really stacking the box. Here is going to be a pass play. Lindhe flushed out to the right, being chased from behind. He's got some space back towards the hash mark as he'll be dragged down inside the 15. A nice scramble that time as he'll pick up another 1st down here for Auburn.
Yeah, the 2 receivers out on the far side there, I'm pretty sure they ran the same exact play where
now by number 2, Alejandro
trying to get their favorite pass play open there.
That's good for an Auburn 1st down.
Stop that time. Again, Xavier Lindhe, the quarterback, scrambled, rushed out to the right, picked up the 1st down. Ball now spotted on the 11. Here's going to be a handoff to his Igalu as he'll gain down to the 5-yard line. So another nice run from the running back, the senior running back for the Auburn Knights, as they're once again on the doorstep trying to punch this one in here to open up the scoring.
Looks like they're going a little bit up-tempo here, no huddle.
2 tight ends, 2 receivers to the bottom. There's Lindhe, he's going to turn in hand, and the ball is on the turf again. And it looks like Igalu is going to hop back on that one. Well, he's going to mitigate disaster as that could have been the 3rd turnover. Now, no, they're going to say that the ball is going to be Jefferson, so another turnover. Boy, from up here, I really thought Auburn had hopped on that one, but the referees must have came out of the pile. And for the 3rd time already in the 1st quarter, the Jefferson Jayhawks have forced a turnover as they'll pick up the offense once again deep inside their own territory.
Yeah, great job to force another turnover right there.
So 1st and 10, another break. That one a little bit of a missed handoff that time as the Auburn Knights put it on the turf again. Now let's see if the Jayhawks can get some momentum going here on offense. Here's going to be a run on 1st down by Roby. Roby sneaks away from one tackle, stiff arms another, keeps the legs turning all the way out to the 30-yard line as another nice run, and we have a player back down for the Auburn Knights as the 2nd man of the evening for Auburn is going to go down, and we'll take a quick timeout as they work the check on him. 0-0, about a minute left to play here in the 1st quarter. You're watching Jefferson TV.
Fans, your attention, please. One more reminder that our spiritware table will be open till the end of the 1st quarter. So if you haven't gotten a chance yet, be sure to stop by. Thank you.
resume play. We've got 1:09 left on the clock here in the first quarter. Jayhawks have the ball spotted at the 31-yard line as they'll take over for another offensive possession as we have a whistle down on the field. As pointing towards the Auburn sideline, I don't see a flag.
No penalty on the field. Timeout Auburn.
That'll be a timeout taken by the Auburn Knights, their second of the half.
Always a little bit weird when you see a timeout right after a stoppage. Obviously not communicating the best out there is the Auburn defense.
Yeah, you could look and it looked like one of the defensive backs was motioning towards the sideline. Not sure if that injury impacted what they were planning to do on that play or not, but they got the timeout in before the snap, so nothing doing on either side. Just the second timeout of the half for the Auburn Knights. As now we're getting ready to resume here. First and 10 from the 31-yard line. Jayhawks have yet to cross midfield here on offense. They would love to do that here on this drive. It's been an event-packed first quarter, but no points on the board. Here's Williams in shotgun. This is going to be a pump, and now throwing over the top and just leading him a bit too far that time. As that falls incomplete, Williams looking for Turner down near the near sideline.
Yeah, just let him a bit too far there, and even if he did kind of put it closer on him, the DB was right there, so might have had really no choice there but to overthrow him.
Yeah, we saw that play come into effect last week against Freeport, where the Jayhawks picked up a pass interference call that allowed them to get that field goal before halftime. I'm sure we'll see that again here this evening. So incomplete pass, 2nd and 10, 1:03 left to play here in the first. This is going to be another handoff up the middle. And keeping the pile moving a little bit, but forward progress is going to be stopped near the 35. As they'll be carried that one for 4 yards, as it'll be 3rd and 6 here from the 35. Might have one more play here in the first quarter. 30 seconds left to play here in the opening quarter of action. Still no score. Jayhawks in a 4 wide set. Here's the snap, a little low, picked up, and that one had it for a moment, did Turner, but knocked away on contact. Number 11, Noah Lara in defense, but it looks like he's going to pick up an unsportsmanlike foul here. Might be a little bit difficult to see, but he kind of did that celebration they've been doing in the NFL this season, where he kind of sheaths the sword down off his right hip. As that'll give Jayhawks a free first down as a break here on offense for the Jayhawks as they'll march near midfield. Unsportsmanlike conduct going against Auburn. As the Jayhawks will be cooking down near midfield. They're going to walk that all the way to the 50.
Yeah, tensions have been high ever since the start here. When both teams ran out, they kind of met at midfield, had lots of words exchanged there, so big game here.
So instead of 4th down, it'll be 1st down here for Jefferson. Here is that little bubble screen coming our way once again. Townsend has some space, working out as he'll go out of bounds right around the 40-yard line.
Yeah, again, Townsend, the ball in space is just such a huge part of this Jefferson offense. When he's really going and getting them yards out of the backfield on those bubble screens, their offense is really hard to stop.
First down here for the Jayhawks, 11.3 on the clock. This will now likely be the final play of the quarter as there's an incomplete pass. Williams coming out in shotgun, 2 receivers either side. He's going to be a turn and handoff to Roby. Roby trying to hit the stiff arm, but he's going to be stuffed right near the line of scrimmage as some great defensive line play that time by the Knights. Roby will pick up just a yard as that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. After one, it is scoreless. Jayhawks nothing, Auburn nothing, Jayhawks driving. It'll be 2nd and 9 from the 39 following the resumption of play. You're watching Jefferson TV. Auburn nothing, Jayhawks nothing. Second quarter action yet to come.
It'll be first down for the Jayhawks on the 50-yard line. Pass completed to 20.
All right, second quarter action. 2nd and 10. They're going to say he got no gain on that first down play. Here come the Jayhawks in formation, throwing over the top and getting tangled up in the feet were Townsend and White. No call on the play there. That's a good no call by the back judge, as really no contact. Their feet just got tangled up as they were both looking for the ball.
Yeah, Townsend was really looking for a flag right there, but like you said, nothing really illegal about that play. So
3rd and 10 here. Ball near the 39. They've got to get just beyond the 30. First drive of the evening for the Jayhawks inside enemy territory. They're looking for some yardage here to set this up for a 4th and manageable. Here's the turn and handoff to Roby. Roby hit near the 36. Now he's going to be dragged down to the 35. 4 yards on that play by Roby, and now it's going to bring up 4th and 5. And I would expect the Jayhawks to keep their offense on the field right here.
yeah, that's definitely a 4th and manageable right here. I would not be surprised if we see Townsend get involved in this play.
So the Jayhawks turning over on downs on their last 4th down attempt in that first quarter. As the Knights stuff the run to perfection on that last attempt. Let's see what the Jayhawks have here on this 4th and 5. Ball on the 35, they've got to get beyond the 30. As we're going to have a flag, and this one is going to be a penalty on the Auburn Knights, so that's going to give a free 5 yards. We'll see if they're going to spot them enough for a first down. But make out where the chain is, and it looks like yes, indeed, they are going to bring the chains with them. So we saw the Auburn Knights pick up a first down on a offsides penalty. Now the Jayhawks do know. Now they're going to say it was a 4th down. So. Correction, 4th down here, as the side judge and referee are discussing whether or not it was a first. Saw the chain marker flip over, but now it looks like they are going to say it was 4th down. So 4th and inches here for the Jayhawks. They've got to pick up less than half a yard to get this first down. 4-receiver set here for the Jayhawks. Here's a snap to Williams. This is going to be that bubble screen to Townsend. Townsend's got some space. And a nice little pitch and catch that time out wide. As Townsend once again picks up the first down. He's been good through the air so far here in this first half of action.
Yeah, I think that's probably the same exact play they had installed before on the 4th and 5. Getting Townsend involved is definitely a huge part of this Jefferson game.
Jayhawks finally with some momentum here on offense. They have moved the ball down to the 22-yard line, aided by a couple of penalties here on this drive. The unsportsmanlike conduct in the first, and offsides, and now a first down reception on that. Jayhawks coming out with 3 receivers to the bottom, 1 on the top. Here's Williams looking that way. That one is going to be thrown over the top. Had it for a moment, and that one falls incomplete. Gennardi Turner had his hands on it, fighting with the defensive back. Could have made a great play. True 50-50 ball that time falls incomplete. And it'll be second and 10.
Yeah, it was a good call there to take a shot play there. I've been doing lots of shorter plays all game long, so it doesn't hurt to try to expand that and take advantage of the defense maybe playing up.
Second and 10 following the incompletion ball on the far sideline. Jayhawks driving here, trying to put up the first points of the evening. Still knotted at 0 here, just underway in the second. Here is going to be a quarterback keeper this time. Williams shakes a man, lowers the shoulder, and gets an extra yard on that quarterback keeper down to the 14-yard line. Third and short here. A nice quarterback run by Jaden Williams.
Yeah, I said it last week when Jaden gets the ball and he's got open space. He's not your average quarterback run with the ball. He can lower that shoulder and really run like a running back.
Shook one man, lowered the shoulder to pick up that extra yard on that second down carry. Finesse and power on the quarterback keeper. Now 3rd and 2 from the 14-yard line. They've got to get to the 12 for the first down.
4th and 5.
4-down territory here for the Jayhawks. Here's the snap, looking off to the left. They've got that pass play once again. Townsend has it as he's going to be ridden down to the turf inside the 10. But another first down on that same play here for the Jayhawks as they are inside the 10 now for the first time this evening.
Yeah, that play so far, Auburn has had absolutely no solution to it.
First and goal now for the Jayhawks. Ball on the 8-yard line here for Jefferson. Auburn has everybody up tight near the line of scrimmage. Now a couple of guys back off near the goal line. Here's going to be a run to Roby, and he's going to be stood up as the ball comes out towards the end, and now the Auburn Knights are going to commit another unsportsmanlike penalty, and it looks like the Jayhawks are going to get tagged this one as well. So I think we're going to have offsetting unsportsmanlikes. Roby got thrown to the turf after the whistle had gone, and I know the Jayhawks, they were trying to defend their running back, but it's something you just can't do when you've already got half to the goal line and a free first down.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely going to hear it from the coaches there. That's not something you can have happen there, especially when the flag's already been thrown on the Knights.
So looks like that one's going to go against number 56, Alvin Puckett, as the referees are the ball will be spotted. Couldn't quite see who the unsportsmanlike was against Auburn. They had a couple of guys in there on the tackle. Again, Roby was eventually thrown down to the turf. Both teams playing physical here this evening.
Yeah, tensions are definitely high here early.
They've been a slow start, some sloppy play. A couple of unsportsmanlike penalties already here in this first half. Number of turnovers by the Auburn Knights, 3 of them already in the first half. Jayhawks have turned the ball over. We're waiting for the official spot. Now they're going to walk back.
Pass from Williams.
Yeah, no mics down on the field. So from the referees down.
Another Jayhawks.
Move this one back to 19. If you interpret correctly, looks like that call on Auburn might have been a live whistle just after the whistle sounded, but they might have walked that penalty off. And then after that, after Roby was thrown to the ground, again, the Jefferson player threw the Auburn Knight player to the ground, and they're going to enforce that penalty from that spot. So after all is said and done, it's going to be first and goal from the 19, as Coach Casaza is getting an explanation from the official. Doesn't seem like he's taking issue with it, so a lot of hullabaloo, and we're back to football. All right, Jayhawks coming out in a 4-receiver set, ball on the near hash. There's going to be a the snap, looking off to the left now, over the top, Townsend fighting, and incomplete, and we will have a pass interference call, as even from our position up here in the press box, you could really see that Townsend's left hand was just being dragged from about the 10 all the way inside the end zone.
Yeah, that was a really nice play call right there. They were playing up, trying to prevent that screen play to Townsend, but instead he is able to blow by him, and the defender doesn't really have any choice but to get a little handsy with him.
So we're basically back to where we started after that play a few moments ago, as the ball is going to be walked down inside the 10 on the 9.5. First down it will remain following the pass interference. First and goal here, 9:30 to play here in the second quarter. Again, an eventful ball game so far. 4 receiver set. Here is going to be the handoff up the middle. Roby with some speed, trying to hit to the goal line, and he's going to be stopped just shy as DeAngelos Roby gets it down inside the 1-yard line, as the Jayhawks now 2nd and inches from pay dirt.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt that this ball's going right back to Roby trying to get in there for the touchdown.
Ball on the half-yard line, same formation here for the Jayhawks. And a timeout on the field for Jefferson, as looks like they want to talk it over here for this 2nd and goal play. Game is scoreless, 0-0, 8:52 left to play here in the second quarter. Jayhawks knocking on the end zone, trying to punch it in for 6. We'll be right back after this here on Jefferson TV.
For the Hawks.
All right, 2nd down and goal here for the Jayhawks. Trying to punch it in for the first score of the evening.
By Auburn's
Got 3 receivers, got 1 fullback, tight end,
appears to be enough for another Jayhawks.
The officials are talking to some of the Auburn Knight players. Looks like they have everything sorted now. So 2nd and goal here for the Jayhawks. Motion man is Holt. This is going to be a pass. Townsend has it, and he dives over the top end. He is in for the touchdown. Touchdown pass from Jaden Williams to Mike Townsend, as the Jayhawks go for it through the air, and they pick up the first score of the evening.
Yep, it was that same play right there again. Auburn just has not been able to stop it. It's kind of a simple screen concept to Townsend, but he does a really good job at avoiding tacklers, and we got into the end zone right there. Big play.
And we were talking about it, how we were expecting them to go to the run. Perhaps they wanted to throw that in near the goal line, as that play has worked a number of times here this evening, as you have mentioned, Joah. Touchdown for the Jayhawks. Extra point is up, and looks like that one is pushed to the right. No good. So the Jayhawks will stay at 6-0 here with 8:46 left to play in the second quarter. Again, the first touchdown of the evening through the air, Jaden Williams to Mike Townsend for that 1-yard reception. Mike Townsend, their touchdown reception, has been a great receiver all year for your Jayhawks.
Yeah, and this drive here should be interesting. The Auburn offense is probably pretty cold right now, and same thing with the Jefferson defense, so we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, a long drive aided by the break in the quarter. And again, as the night moves on, it'll get colder and colder. You want to have your players moving around on the sideline, trying to stay loose. And really the chilliest evening of the season on the state line here. The Jayhawks are going to send the ball away for the second time this evening. Turn man back deep near the 12-yard line as this one is going to be sent and taken in near the 20. And some space back near midfield. A nice return that time for number 2, Anthony Lipin, as he gains right around 20 yards on that kick return, as the Knights will set up shop for offense with good field position. Ball going to be spotted on the 36.
Yeah, obviously Auburn has had a lot of turnovers here today in the run game and the pass game, so we'll see what they go to here. Both are kind of risky with the way they've been playing so far.
Yeah, last time they fumbled the ball on that handoff, as Zygalu and Lindhe could not connect on that running play. And they have turned the ball over near the goal line twice, and that has really been the difference in this game and why the Jayhawks have so far allowed 0 points on defense.
Yeah, the Jayhawks defense has done a tremendous job today. They could easily be down 6-14 right now, but they've had 2 really good goal line stands.
Auburn getting set here to start on offense. Ball on the 36, turn and hand. This carry is going to go to Gavin Sanders as he's going to be swung back down near the 27-yard line, as a great tackle that time on defense. Bring up second and long. Darius Dobbins on the tackle that time from the edge position.
Yeah, that is a really good job of getting to the run back in the backfield there.
Lindhe once again going to be flanked by Sanders in the backfield. 4 receiver set here for the Knights. They check at the line of scrimmage with the sideline. Under 8 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Going to the air is Lindhe. He's flushed out. And he is going to be brought down. A big-time sack that time by the Jayhawks. Number 32, Darius Dobbins, does it again. Had the tackle for loss this time. A big sack for a huge negative play as the Auburn Knights are in 3rd and forever.
Yeah, Darius Dobbins, those are 2 really nice plays right there. He's been a force on defense this drive here, and a little bit questionable why the Auburn QB didn't just throw it away there, but Jefferson will definitely take that.
That play, you're out of the tackle box, you're scrambling back, it's tough. That guy's bearing down on you. That ball has got to go into the sideline. Luckily for the Jayhawks, it did not, and 3rd and 29 here for the Knights. 3 receivers to the bottom of the formation. He's looking that way now. Lindhe's going to drop it down and run. And a nice tackle from behind that time, Dante Love. As nice run that time by Lindhe, but again, 3rd and 29, nowhere near the first down marker, as the Auburn Knights are going to be forced to send out their special teams unit for the first time here this evening.
Yeah, this time the Auburn defense is probably going to have a lot better defensive positioning, so we'll see what they can do with a longer way to go for the Jayhawks.
Townsend back to receive. He is near the 40, had the touchdown just a few minutes ago. As the Knights now bring in the extra player in protection on this punt. Caden Rodriguez will have it. That ball almost blocked. Pressure that time was put on, as Townsend's going to let that one bounce, and it'll be down at the 32-yard line. She had the pressure for the Jayhawks, but they will take over now. First down, it'll be on the 32-yard line. They scored a touchdown last time. Jefferson plays to Townsend through the air, including the touchdown. Let's see what they have going here, if they can keep this momentum up on offense.
Yeah, it would be huge here to have a scoring drive here and take maybe all 5 minutes off the clock. They get ball after halftime, so being able to get 2 scores and then get the ball back would be a really big advantage.
Here is the the snap, turn, and handoff. That is Almanachi on the carry. As he'll be stood up near the 36.
Got picked up by one of his offensive linemen there at the end.
So second down here for the Jayhawks. Ball on the 36-yard line. Here's the snap going to the air once again, and Townsend had it. That one a little bit too tall for him. Heard some footsteps coming from behind as it'll fall to the turf, and it'll bring up 3rd and 6. Noah Lara on the coverage.
Yeah, he probably would have gone pop there pretty good.
We want to take this time to recognize our Jefferson High School dance team.
3rd and 6 here for the Jayhawks. 5:11 to play here in the second quarter.
Be sure to stop by before 10 p.m.
Defense has played well. They did allow a touchdown last time out, but have played well thus far, especially when you consider their offense has given the ball over the first half. Jayhawks coming out with 3 receivers up top, ball on the near hash. Williams in shotgun, and we're going to have a stoppage down on the field. Going to be the second time out of the half for the Jayhawks.
Until 10 o'clock tonight. Thank you.
Yeah, this is a pretty big play here. Want to talk things over, and if they can get close enough, it could be 4-down territory.
Quick break and be back here on Jefferson TV, where your Jayhawks lead the Knights 6-0. Third and 6 here, 6-0. The Jayhawks have the lead over the Auburn Knights. Jayhawks just used their second timeout. Here's the pass. Williams going down field, and that one's going to be knocked away as Anthony Leipin got his head around just in time, located it, and swatted the ball away from Townsend as the Jayhawks going to be forced to kick this ball away.
Yeah, that's an interesting decision there to take a shot. Especially at the high school level here. Doesn't take any time off the clock. The clock will be stopped now, and Auburn has a chance to get a nice drive in before halftime.
Williams serves as the punter as well as the quarterback. So the Jayhawks get some good pressure on Auburn's punt last time out. Let's see if the Jayhawks protection can't hold up here. Return man back at the 40-yard line. Williams, a nice boot over top of the head, and that's going to take a very friendly bounce for the Jayhawks as ball moving towards the end zone, and dead at the 12.
Yeah, that's a really good punt there by Jaden.
I'm not going to say that that was going to be knocked into the end zone, so favorable rules there for the Jayhawks, as they really should just let that one come to a rest. And the Knights will pick up on offense here, as now the back judge and the referee are going to discuss where this ball should be spotted. A little bit overzealous in the coverage unit that time. Yes, now they're going to be waving for the touchback. So some unfortunate miscue that time on special teams for the Jayhawks. Because again, that ball was going to die right near the 15-yard line, but they just kicked it and booted it all the way back into the end zone. So better field position here for Auburn. They'll start this drive on the 20.
Yeah, after a good punt like that, that's a play that you cannot really have happen.
Extra point is no good.
First down and 10 from the 20.
Visiting Auburn Knights 0. Enter Jefferson.
Set here for the Knights. Got a tight end off the right side of the formation. Here is the snap, and this is going to be a run. Good defense that time by the Jayhawks, swallowing up the running back, Peter Izaigulu, as he is stopped for a 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8.
Been a long time since Izaigulu got the ball there, so he's probably pretty cold right now.
2-yard gain on the play, 2nd down and 8, Auburn.
2nd and 8 here for the Knights, once again in that pistol formation. He now checking with the sideline. Izaigulu in the backfield, 2 receivers up top. Knights have 1 tight end, that's Daniel Ballard, now shifting from right to left. About 4 minutes left to play here in the 2nd quarter, as we're going to have a penalty. Looks like this one is going to go against Auburn. Let's see what the call is. They're still discussing it down on the field. 2nd and 8 here on the 22-yard line. About 4 minutes left to play here in the 2nd quarter. We're going to have a false start going against the Auburn Knights. So 2-yard gain is going to be wiped away, and they'll set up 2nd and 13 now. Move this one back to the 17-yard line.
Yeah, Auburn cannot stop shooting themselves in the foot here. They've done a pretty good job on offense up to this point of moving the ball, but keep getting stopped and getting turnovers.
2nd and long here for the Knights. Here is the play action. Lindy looking downfield. A nice strike that time to the tight end, Daniel Ballard, as he gets a nice gain on 2nd down. It'll set up a 3rd and medium.
Pass complete to 4, Daniel Ballard. Forced out of bounds by 7, Jay Shack.
3rd and medium here. 3rd and 6 here for the Knights. Jayhawks looking for a stop. They would love to force another punt here on 3rd down. Lindy barking out signals at the line of scrimmage. He's got 2 receivers either side of the formation. And once again, we're going to have a flag, as this one is going to go against the Auburn Knights. As this might be an illegal formation penalty. We're going to call a false start on the field. The referee was pointing at the left guard. I'm not entirely sure what the call is. Either way, another negative play here for Auburn on this drive, as it'll be 3rd and long.
And there goes Auburn again. They're just hurting themselves all game.
3rd and 11 from the 19-yard line. Knights have this one. Jayhawks trying to go with the stop here. Lindy back. He's going to be sacked once again as he tried to bail out of that pocket. But a couple of defenders had him and tripped him up right near the line of scrimmage. And the Jayhawks once again are going to force the Auburn Knights to punt.
Yeah, another bad drive there by the Auburn offense.
Discussion down on the field, but everything is cleared up, so Auburn's going to be forced to punt this ball away. Montega is standing at his own 8-yard line. He'll punt this ball away to Townsend. Townsend right around midfield. Let the last one go. This one's going to be high in the air. Jayhawks going to let that one bounce on the turf and come to rest at the 42-yard line, as that's where the Jayhawks will take over, as they've got 3:13, 1 timeout to go down and try and pick up some points here before halftime.
It'd be, again, just like their last drive, it's going to be huge here if they can go down and score, and they'll get the ball back at halftime. Big time here to try to clinch a playoff berth.
first and 10. Ball at the 42-yard line here for the Jayhawks as they try to put up some points here before halftime. And 3:13 on the clock. Jayhawks have one timeout left here in this first half. Two receivers either side of the formation. Here's Williams in the shotgun, looking deep, and he'll be dragged down. And there is going to be a penalty flag, as you might have been able to see that about Williams. A couple of defenders had him, but up into the face mask, and the Knight's going to be penalized on that side. Instead of a loss, it'll be 15 yards.
Yeah, that's another one right there, especially in the cold here. That one's got to hurt there for Williams.
First down here following the penalty. Ball moved across midfield onto the 43-yard line. Jayhawks lead 6-0. Jayhawks coming out in that same formation. Two receivers either side. Ball on the near hash. Here's Williams, takes the snap. And looking off left this time is going to be caught by Turner. Turner trying to keep the legs moving. And he'll be stuffed, and his forward progress will be stopped at the 40-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on that first down reception and bring up 2nd and 7.
I'm going to try a little misdirection there. Obviously, that play usually goes to Townsend, but that time he's blocking. Auburn defense there looking for it.
Upcoming here for the Jayhawks. 2.5 minutes left to play here in the second quarter. And no 2-minute stoppage here at the high school level. Williams in pistol. He's going to take this one and thrown off to the left. This one is going to be incomplete. They tried that little bubble screen once again. This time nothing doing on 2nd down. So it'll be 3rd and medium now. That one going towards Zaire McNeely out towards the wide sideline. Jayhawks have this one 3rd and 7. First down.
Definitely takes 4 down territory here for the Jayhawks.
Clock stopped at 2:21. Here is the snap, but before that we have a penalty. This one might go against the Jayhawks, so instead of 3rd and 7, it'll be 3rd and 12. If they can't get any yards here, Joe, this might be a situation where, they're going to say that's going to go against Auburn. We've seen a couple of those here this evening. Here at the high school level, they just call that offside penalty without having the offense immediately react. So 5 yards here for the Jayhawks. And it'll be 3rd and short now here for Jefferson.
Yeah, that's big there to get those extra yards.
Here's the snap, turn, and no, it's going to be a quarterback keeper for Williams. Plants his foot, gets upfield, and all the way down inside the 12 as he shook number 10, Devin Johnson McFadden, out of his shoes. Planted that right foot, shot upfield, and a big first down gain for Williams down inside the red zone.
Yeah, that was a big time run right there by Williams. He had a really good burst of energy after taking one defender. He was able to keep moving.
First and 10 here on the 12. Clock is now under 2 minutes to play here in the second. Jayhawks going with an H-back, 1 running back, 3 receiver set here. Here's the blitz off the edge and back into the backfield. A nice play coming from the secondary that time as Roby has the carry. He's going to pick up 1 yard on that first down carry.
The Jayhawks here definitely going to take a little bit of their time, make sure to get this play clock down to 0 by the time they score.
Jayhawks have this one 2nd and 9, but before that, looks like there's going to be the 3rd timeout of the half for the Jayhawks, or excuse me, for the Knights, as they might be thinking about getting the stop and trying to put up some points themselves. They can get a quick stop here. Jayhawks lead at 6-0, 1:16 left to play here in the first half. You're watching Jefferson TV. So coming out of the timeout, 2nd and 9 here for the Jayhawks. Ball on the 11-yard line. They can still pick up a first down and not get into the end zone here. I'm sure they would love to get the 6 here as quickly as they can, however. They just have the 1 timeout left. They shift Turner off to the left in the slot formation. Here is Williams. He's going to throw it to Townsend. Townsend high points it, and he is in for 6 once again. Williams to Townsend, connected on the slant that time as the Jayhawks pick up 6 more points here just before halftime. Again, touchdown pass from Jaden Williams to Mike Townsend. Their 2nd connection through the air this evening.
Yeah, that was an absolutely beautiful catch there by Townsend. He went up and he got it and was able to bring the ball back down and get into the end zone.
His 2nd touchdown of the evening. This one coming from 12 yards out as the Jayhawks try to pick up their 13th point. They missed the first extra point. This one up, and this one is going to be good as the Jayhawks now lead it 13-0, 1:12 left on the clock here in the first half. And Joah with no timeouts here. You got to check what the field position is, but if you're Auburn, you might just take a knee on this one and go into halftime just down 2.
Yeah, that's definitely a big decision for them. I could see them maybe, no matter the field position, trying to get a touchdown. They really don't have anything to lose this game here, so they could definitely play like it.
So again, you've got 1:12 on the clock, no timeouts for the Knights. They have turned the ball over 3 times here in this first half. See if they want to be aggressive or conservative here to finish out this first half of action. Anthony Marquez here to kick it off. Turner back deep for the Knights. Gavin Sanders standing back near the 17-yard line. Marquez sets up and he boots this one away. That one's going to hit the turf and it is going to stay in bounds, picked up, and looks like his foot might be out of bounds, so he is questioning the official, but I think this might actually be good here for the Knights, as if he is standing out of bounds, they might move this ball out to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, from up here, it definitely looked like his foot touched out of bounds. And
now, Joe, I know the rule in the NFL is if the player is out of bounds, so now they're going to say no fire, away this one off. So instead of a penalty going against the Jayhawks, maybe a bit of a mental mistake that time from Sanders, as he is going to force the Knights to set up shop deep inside their own territory. And now with the ball inside the 10, I think the Knights are just going to fall on this one and go into halftime.
yeah, that was really good here.
Jefferson Knights put the line.
So 1st and 10, ball at the 8. Again, no timeouts for the Knights, just 1 for the Jayhawks. So the Jayhawks can't have a quick 3-and-out themselves here with the clock being what it is. Lindy in formation, he's standing at his 3-yard line now. Pass this one out wide. sideline, and Anthony Lipin pulls that one in. So it looks like they will be a little bit aggressive here on this possession here right before halftime.
Yeah, and with no timeouts here, they have to make sure to get out of bounds after every play, and if they don't, they really got to hurry to the line of scrimmage and get the next snap off.
As this one is going to go for nothing, number 67 for the Knights. That is Jeremiah Monded, lost his helmet that time. No penalty call on the field, as Lindy had nothing through the air that time. And now the clock is running. Inside 30 seconds here now. Knights in formation. Here's Lindy. They're going to be looking to go through the air once again. Now rolling out to the right, looking downfield. Chased, and that one is going to be thrown back and hitting the turf. And he was looking for Sanders on a very deep comeback. Nothing doing that time.
And he kind of bailed on a little bit of a clean pocket there, so the defenders that ended up getting to him quicker than they would have if he just stayed in the pocket there, and it forced a hard throw.
So it's going to be third down here now for the Knights. The first down run, nothing there. And the second down incompletion. So now for the Jayhawks, you might think about calling a timeout if the Knights don't pick up anything here. You don't have a whole lot of time, just 15.1 seconds on the clock, but maybe try and go for the Hail Mary. Let's see what the Knights do here on third and long. Set up in his four receiver formation. Lindy in pistol. Got Zygaloo behind him. Maybe a snap and turn and hand off to Zygaloo. He's going to get out to the 24. And looks like the Jayhawks will not call timeout. So at the end of two, the Jayhawks lead it 13-0, as they have to be pleased with how they played in that first half. Joah, the Knights had some possessions. They got down close to the goal line a couple of times, but two turnovers down there, and again, the third coming through the air for the Jayhawks here tonight, as their defense has played well, and they go into halftime with a 13-0 lead as they try to pull out their fifth victory of the season.
Yeah, you're really looking to build off this first half. Playing great defense to start the second half and keep forcing those turnovers.
So you've got a 15-minute halftime and two more quarters until the end of this one, as the Jayhawks lead it 13-0 as they seek their first winning season since 1993. They're in the driver's seat right now. We'll be back after halftime for second half action here on Jefferson TV.
Ball is now moved to the 20-yard line. Touchback was the result of the play. Penalty flag on the field. All start against the Knights. Ballard forced out of bounds by 7, Jay Shack. Third down and 6 for Auburn. Penalty flag on the field. Play 56, Alvin Bucket. No gain on the play, 4th and 11 for Auburn. Back to return, 21 Mike Thompson to punt, number 6 Caden Rodriguez. The friendly roll is down by the Knights. Michael Allen. Penalty flags on the field. Personal foul, face mask against the Knights. First down, Jayhawks. Third down and 7, Jefferson. Offside against Auburn. Quarterback keeper by the Jayhawks. Down. Carried by one, D'Angelo Roby, gain of 1. Joel 12, Jaden Williams to kick 24, Anthony Marquez. The kick is good. Bringing the score now to the visiting Auburn Knights 0 in your Jefferson Jayhawks. That's a kickoff for the Jayhawks.
All right, and welcome back, everybody. We're getting set for third quarter action here on Jefferson TV, where your Jefferson Jayhawks currently lead the Auburn Knights by a score of 13-0. Alongside Joah Hoffman, I am Trevor Larson here, class of 2013. I guess if you're tuning in, I'm sure you know, but just in case we set the stage, tonight the Jayhawks seek a victory which would bring them to their first winning season since 1993. Joah, a good first half, has the Jayhawks up by 2 scores. Their defense forced 3 turnovers in that first half of football, and in the second quarter, their offense really got going. Let's see if they can continue that momentum here in this third quarter.
Yeah, it was a really good first half for the Jayhawks here. Like you said, the first quarter, the defense was doing amazing, forcing turnovers left and right, and then the offense really woke up in the second quarter.
Looks like the Knights are going to go with an onside kick. Ball pops in the air, and Knights might have had an opportunity, but looks like the Jayhawks catch a break as the ball scoots out of bounds as we have yet another penalty flag. Looks like this one might be another unsportsmanlike going against the Auburn Knights, as there was a bit of pushing and shoving after the kickoff.
Yeah, that's a really interesting call there to go for the onside kick at halftime, but like we said in the first half, they are a team that has nothing to lose, so might as well.
Yeah, it looks like it is going to go against the Auburn Knights. Another unsportsmanlike conduct. By my count, that is their third of the evening. Jayhawks have one on their tally as well. So 3 turnovers, now 3 unsportsmanlikes here going against the Knights this evening, as that has really played into the Jayhawks' favor, as we are now getting ready to start second half of action. Take 1 second off the clock. It's time for Jayhawks' first drive of the second half. They'll set up inside the 40. Ball on the 39, first and 10 here for the Jayhawks. Okay, to snap, this is going to be a turn in hand to Roby. Roby driving those legs. Good blocking downfield by the O-line that time. Allowed Roby to find that hole and pick up a nice 5-yard gain there on first down.
Yeah, Roby had himself a really nice first half, was getting most of the carries, and they're definitely going to look to get the run game back and establish this half and hopefully get this game over quickly.
Yeah, 2-score lead. You know, you want to bring it out to 3, but running the clock here, that's another factor. Here's another handoff to Roby on second down. This time, good penetration by the Auburn Knight defense. And Roby is going to be dropped in the backfield. I'll say he lost the yard on that play. So 3rd and 6 here. Ball on the 35.
Not be surprised here to see one of those screen plays to Townsend that's was a go-to play in the first half.
And he got 2 touchdowns, Mike Townsend did in that first half of action. It's going to be another quarterback kick for Williams. Williams again, he is going to have another nice quarterback run. And he's going to get all the way inside the red zone down to the 19 as Williams with another powerful run up the middle. And Joey, he's had some great runs from the quarterback position here this evening.
Yeah, he's a really good quarterback when it comes to run the football. It's definitely one of his strongest suits, and it opens up just the whole offense in general when you have a QB that can move like that.
We'll see if they go back to that a little bit more here in this second half, as there haven't really been too many plays where he's been stuffed. And he's had a couple of really nice gains on that little read option quarterback keeper. 1st and 10 now here on the 19-yard line.
Yards of the play.
Is a pass out wide, and that one is going to be dropped off the fingertips as Williams was looking towards the far sideline, as that pass attempt went to Juwan Harris that time, as it'll bring up 2nd and 10.
It looks like Harris there kind of got focused on moving before he actually caught the ball. That's something you see at every level of football, is focusing on what's going to happen after you catch it. You just focus on actually catching it and you drop it.
2nd and 10 following the incompletion. Ball on the far sideline. Jayhawks have 4 receivers, 2 on either side. Williams in shotgun. He's going to take this one, and he'll hand it to Roby once again. Another carry here on this first drive of the second half. He's going to get down to the 15-yard line, 4 yards on that gain, as it'll be 3rd and medium here. Spot to gain. Looks like it's about the 9.5-yard line here, so 3rd and 5.
Yeah, it looks like the game plan coming out of half here for Jefferson is definitely to run this football. As much as they want to keep playing some football, it is definitely really cold, and they would love to get out of here with a W as quick as possible.
Set up with 3 receivers to the bottom of formation. Here's Williams. Takes a snap. He's looking that way. This one is going to be thrown and incomplete that time. Number 10, Devin Johnson McFadden in coverage. Tried to go to that slant play that they got the touchdown on in the second quarter. This one falls incomplete, and the special teams unit will come out as Anthony Marquez tries to put up 3 points here for the Jayhawks.
Yeah, Marquez during halftime was warming up, and he was hitting field goals from the 30-yard line, so this one shouldn't be much of a problem.
Seen him have some impact in a number of games here this season, as he served as the punter early on, but the kicker here in this one. Snap is down, kick is up, on its way, and it is good as Marquez puts it in. 29-yard field goal for Anthony Marquez. As the Jayhawks extend their lead, they are now on top of the Knights by a score of 16-0. As again, Anthony Marquez hits the field goal.
Yeah, that's big time there to come out of halftime and get even more points on the board. And although it's only technically a 2-score game, it's really looking rough for Auburn right now.
Marquez will serve as the kickoff specialist after knocking through the field goal. As the Auburn Knights are looking to get something going here on their first drive of the second half. They're plagued by some turnovers, as we mentioned, 3 of them in that first half, and some penalties. Both have contributed to their deficit here as we're just underway in the third quarter. 9:23 on the clock. Jayhawks lead it 16-0. Marquez boots this one away, as that is going to be taken in by Keon Benson. Benson looking to set up his blocks. Now finds a little bit of space as he'll get out to the 33-yard line, as that's where Auburn will come out for their first possession of the second half.
Yeah, we'll have to see here how kind of desperate Auburn is to try to go down and get a score by how much they're passing it. The run game was working early in the first half, slowed down quite a bit, but we'll see what they decide to go through here.
They tried to go through the air a little bit at the end of the first half. They included a pass first down on that last drive, but couldn't get anything going beyond that. So something to watch out for here, especially with the weather being what it is. It's a little bit tougher to grip the ball when it's just pulled out. Auburn in shotgun, 3 receivers to the bottom of the formation. This is going to be a handoff going to the wide side by Zagalu, as just shy of the marker. It'll be second and short here.
And that's a lot of what we've seen in the first half, especially the first quarter there from Auburn was running the football there to Zagalou, and he was making people miss and getting good games.
Second and short. It'll be officially second and 1. Ball on the 43. They've got to get to 44. Now this one's going to be like a handoff and keeping those feet driving as the Knights will bring the first down. At 44, they got to the 45, so a first down here. And like you said, Joah, we called his name a number of times in that first half, but the Knights really went away from him as we kept on going in that second quarter. See if they pick him up in the backfield a little bit more consistently here in the third and fourth quarter.
I mean, yeah, he was just a huge contributor there the whole first half. He did have that fumble, but you could also blame some of that on a bad handoff.
First and 10 here, ball on the 45. They've got to get to the opposite 45 to pick up the first. Three receivers to the bottom. Here's the snap, and this is going to be a throw out wide to Sanders. Sanders spins away from Jay Shock, and the pursuit on the backside by Almanachi as he's able to bring down Sanders behind the line of scrimmage, as that'll go for a 1-yard loss on that pass play.
Another great job by the defense there. Sanders did make a bad miss at first, but the reinforcements came in for Jefferson and still ended up getting that tackle for loss.
A whole lot of downfield passing this evening for the Knights. Might have to change if they want to get back into this one. 7.5 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. Second and 12. Ball on the 43 inside Auburn territory. They've got to get across midfield to the 45 for a first. Three receivers up top. Sanders in motion. Looks like that's going to be a swing pass his way. Trying to set up his blocks. Now scoots around one man, but good tackling as Williams is able to bring down Sanders at the 46-yard line. Not only does he play quarterback, he also plays defensive back as he makes the stop that time, setting up a 3rd and 9 here for the Knights.
Yeah, Jaden really does a lot for this team, obviously. Plays safety, quarterback, and he also punts.
3rd and long here now for the Knights. They need 9 yards to pick up the first down on this long 3rd down. See if it's 4-down territory if they can't pick up some yardage here. Knights will set up in a 4-receiver set, 2 on either side. Lindy in that pistol formation. He's looking off to the left. He's got pressure in his face. Now rolling right as he's going to escape one man and another man still going. A great run by Lindy trying to get out wide, and he is going to be dropped down. A nice tackle by Gennardi Turner, but we do have a penalty flag, and we'll see what this call is. There was some helmet-to-helmet on that tackle, as it looks like that is indeed what the official is signaling. They're going to say a face mask, so instead of a 3rd down stop, the Knights catch a break as the face mask will be a 3-15 yards. Some of the Jayhawk defenders looking on in a little bit of disbelief over towards the sideline. That's how they saw it down on the field, and it'll be a first down here for the Knights.
And now number 51, Holt had a sack there at the start of that play, but just missed him. It's going to come back to bite him.
Ready. Let's see it.
So 1st and 10 now. They move the ball across midfield out to the 44-yard line. Knights inside Jayhawk territory. Got everybody bunched up wide, tight near the Jayhawk sideline. Here's going to be the handoff, and another nice run by Zagalou as he is going to gain another first down. He's got a number of those here in this ball game. Ball out to the 33-yard line, and the Knights are driving.
Yeah, that's a big-time tackle there by the secondary for the Jayhawks. He was just those 2 guys away from a touchdown.
Knights moving quickly. Here's going to be another turn and hand to Iziagu. And initial contact was made roughly 5 yards in the backfield, and that's where he's going to be spotted. He's had some good runs here in the second half. This time the Jayhawk defense swarmed, and they are going to force him for a 5-yard tackle for loss.
Yeah, it looks like DeAndre McGee got the first contact there in the backfield.
Second and 15 here for Auburn. They've got 4 receivers, 3 to the bottom. Ball on the far hash mark. He takes the snap. He's looking downfield. Nothing there. Flushed out to the left. There's a penalty flag. Looks like that might be a hold, but dragged down in the backfield. A big play that time by DeAndre McGee, as he is once again making an impact here in this ball game. His sack on that second down play. Now we'll check the flag.
Yeah, McGee's done a great job at getting to the backfield.
So it will be a holding penalty, but they will decline that one after the big sack.
Got a long third down here for Auburn. Third and 26.
Third down and 26 for the Knights.
Ball on the 49-yard line, just inside the Jayhawk territory. They've got to get all the way down to the 23. Jayhawks have got to stay disciplined here on this third down. As the pistol snap, as Lenti looking downfield, he's going to drive that one over midfield, and a nice catch by number 1, Alonzo Herbig, as the Knights pick up a big chunk of that yardage back. It's going to be 4th and 7, but a great pass down the middle of the field, as it's going to set up a 4th and manageable here for the Knights.
Yeah, that was one of the best plays we've seen from that was the best play we've seen from Auburn today. That was a really good pass, really good catch, and got a little bit of gain after the catch.
We need to stop here, Jayhawk fans. Let's hear it.
Clock ticking around, 4 minutes to play here in the third quarter. It's been a quick third quarter so far. Knights trying to convert this 4th down. Here is a pass wide, and that one is going to hit the turf. Didn't have a chance, and this is going to be a turnover on downs as the Jayhawks are going to take over. As they force the incompletion, was looking for a call down there on the field, but it's just a turnover on down as the Jayhawks take over. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Joah, you got 16 minutes here left in the game. Well, you'd love to put up some more points. You're already leading by 2 scores. So right here, this could be a big drive. You want to really eat some clock here as we move towards the end of the third quarter.
Yeah, this is really where you need a good run game to really step up, and they've had it all day today, so let's see if they can continue that.
1st and 10 here for the Jayhawks. They're going to keep it on the ground. And this is going to be a nice 4-yard, 5-yard gain by Alejandro Manachi. At this juncture in the game, 3:45 left on the clock here in the third quarter. You can pick up 4, 5, 6 yards every time out. You'll be a happy camper as the Jayhawks are in control of this one, as they are knocking on the door of a winning season.
You just gotta stay composed here and not focus too much on what happens if you win this game, and just keep playing football.
Here's going to be another turn and handoff. This time it's just going to be a 1-yard gain for Almanachi. Aggressive blocking downfield.
Gain of 1 on the play.
It's like Iziagulu was looking for a flag from the back judge as he and the downfield blocking got into a bit of a scrap that time. No call on the field. Clock inside 3 minutes. 3rd and 3 here for the Jayhawks. They'd love to pick up this 1st down, keep that clock rolling. They get out to the 39-yard line to convert here. Townsend in the slot down on the near sideline. Ball on the 36. Here's the snap. Williams looking downfield and just over the top of Townsend. Townsend had a step. He was out in front of his defender. Williams had a little bit of pressure on him. He got knocked down at the end of the play. connect with his receiver, and the Jayhawks are going to force to be punting this ball away. And perhaps more importantly, as we wind down this third quarter, that stops the clock. For this fourth down.
Yeah, that could have been a touchdown right there, but Auburn did a good job of getting some pressure and a 14-yard throw there by
Williams back near the 25-yard line. 5 Gavin Sanders is back deep for the Knights, as this one is going to hit the turf, and it's going to take a nice roll this time, as the Jayhawks special teams unit are a little bit more reserved this time out, as they're going to down it here, but we do have a flag on the play. Check that.
Knights will take over first down and 10 from the 16-yard line.
Ball was down to 16 as they're discussing. Looks like this is going to be a personal foul going against the Knights, so that's going to back them up even further.
Penalty flag in the field.
As it's going to move them back to the 8-yard line. Joah, nice down the ball that time on that punt. We saw the Jayhawks special teams trying to get a little bit overzealous in that first half. This time, that's what you got to do. The ball is going to die inside the red zone. You just get behind it, down the ball, and you set up Auburn with a very long field position here. The ball on the 8. They've got to go 92.
Yeah, they definitely learned from their mistakes on that one.
So first and 10 here for the Knights. They're looking off to the sideline, getting set on offense for their next drive in the second half. Turned it over on downs, the last timeout. 2:16 on the clock. Here's the snap. Linty. It's going to be a swing pass and a little bit of space Sanders has. And tackled from behind that time. Looks like Almanachi, number 7, Jay Shock on the tackle. As Sanders picks up 9 yards, just shy of the first down marker. So 2nd and 1 here for the Knights. Clock inside 2 minutes here in the third quarter. Three receivers to the bottom here for Lindsey. He's going to turn and fire it off to Sanders once again. Sanders looking for the room on the far sideline, but a great tackle that time by Gennardi Turner, as Sanders couldn't shake it that time, as he'll actually be dropped for a 2-yard loss, setting him up for a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, that's a really good tackle right there.
Third and 3 here for the Knights. Jayhawks would love to force a 4th down. Clock rolls inside 1 minute here in the third quarter.
Yeah, Auburn's probably feeling real desperate right about now. It wouldn't be the most shocking thing ever if they decide to go for it on 4th down. But
Here's a big run, and Iziagulu is going to have a 1st down. A nice run out of the backfield, as counted in on the tackle that time. He gets across the 30, picks up 1st down. So stop the clock temporarily as the chains are moved. First down here for the Knights. 30 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. Might be the final play of the third. 3 receivers up top. This is going to be a handoff to Iziagulu once again. He's trying to get some space on the near sideline as he'll be wrapped and thrown down out of bounds. Tackle coming our way. Dante Love on the tackle that time. It does not look like the Knights, so we'll get another snap off here. So at the end of 3, it'll be the Jayhawks 16, Knights nothing, as we are and now down on the field. There there is some confusion with the clock as a runner was dragged down out of bounds. We'll see if they put some extra time on the clock here.
I think we'll end up with about 17 seconds here on the clock.
15 seconds is what they'll put on the clock. So another play here in the third quarter. Second and 2 here for the Knights. Here's going to be another handoff to Ezeagulu, but this time he's going to be stuffed in the backfield. Number 55, Keith Tellis had the initial contact. So now we'll bring it to the end of the third quarter. Jayhawks are 12 minutes away from securing the first winning season since 1993. They go into the fourth up 16-0 over Auburn. Stay with us as we finish this one out as the Jayhawks try to make some history here tonight. You're watching Jefferson TV. Back after this with fourth quarter action. Time for the fourth quarter here as the Auburn Knights will come out 3rd and 3. Ball at 39. They've got to get to the 42. The Jayhawks are 12 minutes away again from a historic season as they lead by 2 scores starting the fourth, trying to pick up their 5th win and a likely postseason berth. Here's Lindhe. He's looking in the air. This one's going to be thrown and caught and juggling the ball and falls to the turf. And they're going to say that is a catch, and they're going to say he was down as Tyler Woods is going to be credited with that reception. Boy, Joah, from up here, it looks like he did not have possession of that ball going to the turf, but they're going to say that he went to the ground, and they're going to give him the first down.
Yeah, it definitely did not look like he had possession of that football there.
Here's some of the boogers, perhaps, from the Jefferson sideline, and a great crowd here on a chilly Thursday evening. A lot to ask for these parents and students to come out, but they have showed out in force. First down here, Lindhe. He's got some pressure in his face, and he is going to be brought down in the backfield. Julius Holt that time able to bring down the quarterback as he picks up a sack, and it'll be 2nd and long here for the Knights.
Julius Holt and DeAndre McGee have done a great job all game of getting off the edge and creating pressure really early for the Auburn quarterback.
2nd and long now here for the Knights, 2nd and 16. Second and 16 upcoming here for the Knights. They'll come out in this same formation. 3 receivers to the top, 1 to the bottom. Number 2, Anthony Lightman. Sanders in motion. Lindhe takes it. It's going to be a swing pass to Sanders out wide. Now cutting it back, but he's got nowhere to go. Another nice tackle in the backfield by Jay Schock. We've called his name a number of times. This time, once again, a nice tackle for loss as the Knights are now in a 3rd and very long situation here, as they've got nearly 20 yards to go to pick up this first down.
This Jayhawks defense has been outstanding all game long. That was one play that have given them a little bit of trouble, but they handled it perfectly there and got a chance to possibly get the ball back once again.
3rd and 21, down and distance here for the Knights. They have 3 receivers once again to the bottom of the formation. Here's the snap. Lindhe looking off to his right. He's got pressure again, and once again, Julius Holt brings him down in the backfield. Another sack for the D lineman here on this drive as the Auburn passing game can do nothing on this drive. And 4th and forever, the Knights are going to be forced to punt this ball away.
And Julius Holt's having an absolutely amazing game today.
Townsend's going to be back near the 15-yard line. Rodriguez, the punter for the Knights. Knights set up their protection as number 4, Daniel Ballard, gets in formation. Here's the punt. This one's going to hit the turf near the 20. And Townsend's going to pick this one up off the turf. Shakes one man, now another coming towards the Jefferson sideline. He's got some blockers. One man to beat. Gets by him. Still going down the sideline. He's got some blockers in front. Townsend going. He's going to go. Mike Townsend, another touchdown. His 3rd of the evening. This time an 80-yard punt return as the Jayhawks can feel it as they go up 22-0 here in the 4th quarter.
That was an absolutely beautiful punt return by Townsend there. He's just had an amazing game. That's his 3rd touchdown today.
So Mike Townsend with another firecracker as he picks up a touchdown on the punt return, as he goes 80 yards this time to put the Jayhawks up 22-0. Anthony Marquez trying to extend this lead to 23. Extra point is up, and it is good. So the Jayhawks now on top 23-0. 3 touchdowns here this evening from Mike Townsend. 2 in that first quarter through the air, this time going 80 yards on the punt return. And a great play that time. He let that ball hit the turf, picked it up near 2 Auburn defenders, shook both of them, and then set up his blocking downfield as the Jayhawks are now up 3 scores, 23-0 with 9 minutes left to play here in this 4th quarter. And Joah, the Jayhawks are on their way to winning this ball game.
Yeah, they're really rolling right now, and things are looking really good. Just got to make sure to keep playing football and hopefully put some more points on the board and make this one an even sweeter W.
Marquez just put the extra point through. This time he'll kick the ball off once again. Turnman back deep is number 5, Gavin Sanders. He's at the 15-yard line. Bucks ready to boot this one away. Marquez is going to send this one near the Auburn sideline. That's going to be picked up off the turf almost, the 30, and going down to around the 43-yard line. A nice return that time from number 2, Anthony Lightman, as the Knights will take over there. And the ball will be spotted on the 42-yard line. For the Knights, Joah, if they want to stay in this game, they've really got to go down. They've got to score quickly. They've got to put a touchdown here on this drive.
Yeah, I mean, it's really good. Going to show how much they want to win this game depending on how they call plays here, because if you run it, lots of times they go off that clock. You kind of got to pass, get some good trench plays, and try to get a touchdown.
Auburn takes over at the 42. Jayhawks lead this one 23-0. Their defense has been great here in the second half. Knights had some opportunities in that first, but a couple of turnovers have kept this as 0 points for the Knights. Here's Lindsey. He is going to take this one now, hands it off to Izigulu, and going towards the Jefferson sideline as he ran that ball about 40 yards to pick up 2, maybe 3 on that play. Second down upcoming here, 2nd and 7 here for the Knights.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Auburn has the most urgency in the world here.
I think in the chilly weather, they've had a rough season of 1-7. The players are always going to play and try to finish this one out, but I think the Jayhawks defenders can smell it in the water. They try to win this game. Snap, turn, and handoff to Izigulu, and again, another nice tackle this time. Looks like Turner had the initial contact in the backfield, as Izigulu is going to be dropped for a maybe 1.5 yard gain. So set up 3rd and 7. Clock inside 8 minutes now here in the 4th quarter. Jayhawks have a 3-possession lead. Say 3rd and 6 here for the Knights. 2 receivers to the top of the formation. 2 tight ends to the bottom. He takes the snap. He is going to take the handoff now, running back, and trying to get upfield. Breaks away from a couple of tacklers. A great run by Lindy, but ultimately loses his feet. And the Jayhawk defender came in and finally was able to bring him down. Might have been going down by himself, but after the long run, saving a couple of yards was Lindy, but it's still going to be a 4th and forever here for the Knights.
Yeah, there's been a couple of those plays there for Linky trying to find something by scrambling in the backfield, but in the end, it's just been a lot of running for no gain.
Like the Knights are going to keep their offense out on the field here as the clock is inside 6.5 minutes. Really nothing to lose at this juncture in the ball game. Here's a snap from Lindy, looking up top. He's going to have to go deep here. It's going to be a deep comeback, caught, and a great tackle near the far sideline. Life in it was able to bring it in, but it's just going to be short by about 3 yards. And once again, the Jefferson Jayhawks are going to force a turnover on downs as they'll take over near midfield.
Yeah, now, name of the game, just like it's kind of been all game for Jefferson here, is just to run that ball, get the clock rolling, and get out here with the W in your first playoff for a long, long time.
Say a long time, Joah. The Jayhawks have not had a winning season or a postseason appearance since before I was born, and I'm class of 13, so that should tell you just how long it has been. But it's 6:29 left on the clock, and these Jayhawks will go on this season with a winning record. Here's the snap to Williams. He's going to hand this one off the middle. Roby looking for some nice gain that time on 1st down. 8 yards, 2nd and 2 upcoming.
Yeah, Jefferson here, they're going to be in no hurry whatsoever to call the next play.
8-yard gain on the play.
2nd and 2, clock inside 6 minutes now. Williams in that shotgun formation. Roby off to his right hip. Turn and hand to Roby. Roby is going to get the 1st down marker. And maybe a couple of yards extra as he hits down at the 36. They'll move the chains. Reset clock rolling. 5.5 left. The Jayhawks' 5th victory of the season. Two receivers either side. Williams looking that way, nothing there. He's going to break it down, and now he's just going to toss this ball away. But again, some miscommunication out wide with his receiver. He was looking for that quick hitter that we've seen a number of times this evening. Nothing there. Smart play, just threw that one out of bounds, lift plays down.
Yeah, the only problem with throwing it away there is the clock doesn't keep moving, but that's not that big of a deal in this juncture of the game.
2nd and 10 now here for the Jayhawks. Ball on the 36. The ball is thrown in from the sideline. Thought it might have been a flag at first, but it was just the ball.
Set to kick off the 2nd half for Auburn.
2 receivers either side. One running back off the right hip of Williams. It's going to be a turning handoff. And Roby's feet were taken out from underneath him. Ball popped out at the end. It might have been forced by the ground as there was no real urgency by either squad to hop on that ball. So 3rd and 8 now here for the Jayhawks. Clock inside 5 minutes. I'll be a little bit out of range here for the kicker, Marquez. We know he's got a big leg, but outside the 30 on a very chilly night, probably outside of his range. We'll see if the Jayhawks don't pick up any yardage, what the coaching staff wants to do. For that, a 3rd and 8. And Williams is going to draw offside the Auburn defender as you could see the hard count from all the way up here as number 52, Trayson Coleman, jumped offsides that time. So still third down, but a third and much shorter, 3rd and 3 now here for the Jayhawks. And where they're at in this game, it might be 4-down territory as the Jayhawks will go back to their huddle and talk about things. Third and 3 here for the Jayhawks. Williams trying to draw offsides once again. He takes the snap. He's going to hand this one. And Roby getting away from the first contact, fighting his way, and I think he is going to pick up the first down. Great second effort there by DeAngelo's Roby as he gets all the way to the 26, and he picks up a first down.
Yeah, he's done a really great job all game of just making sure to fall forward.
Clock will stop for a moment as it's inside 4 minutes. As the Jayhawks are moments away from clinching their 5th victory of the season.
Once we wrap up here tonight, if you can make it by 10, be sure to head on over to Raising Cane's to support our Jefferson High School dance team.
Here's the snap, another quarterback keeper for Williams. He's got some space. He's going to get into the end zone untouched as Jaden Williams drives it down the field, and he picks up 6 of his own. As that encapsulates the night, puts an exclamation point on this one as Jaden Williams goes into the end zone. But we do have a flag now, and what's going to be the call here back near the line of scrimmage? Didn't see that one initially, and now they're walking it back, so I think they might be wiping this one off the board.
Man, that was a huge play there. That would have been amazing to be able to keep on the board.
Very good for 5 yards of the play.
So instead of a touchdown for the quarterback, it's going to go back. 1st and 15. Ball on the 31. Again, not the worst thing in the world. And, I'd love the touchdown, but clock is a little bit more important here at this point in the game. 3:15 left on the clock here. Here's a snap, and this one's going to be handed off to Roby. Roby carrying a tackler, a tough run by DeAngelo. Had a man on his hip for about half of that run as he gets all the way down to the 24-yard line.
He's been playing like it's a huge game this whole time, and it's really paying off for him.
Second and 8 now here for the Jayhawks. 2:35 on the clock. Williams going with the hard count once again. He's going to take the snap. Another handoff to Roby. Roby with a lot of space, a big hole, as he's going to get inside the 15-yard line. As he'll pick up another first down here late in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, Roby's been having a great game all day long.
Now wound here following the resetting of the chains. 2:15 on the clock. Jayhawks up 23 to control of this one since roughly the 2nd quarter. Another handoff to Roby. Roby is going to go, and the ball looks like it might have popped out, but I think there was a face mask called as Roby see his head really get turned as he took that handoff, and yes, indeed, that will be the call down on the field. A face mask going against Auburn. .158 on the clock now here. First down, and looks like about 1 here for the Jayhawks. Here's a snap, another handoff to Roby. Roby is going to be thrown down just shy of the goal line. Down near the 1-yard line, maybe the 2-yard line. I think they are going to give him enough.
Second down
They will
and
not
10.
give him enough for a first down. So just about half a yard shy of the first down marker. Clock still rolling. Jayhawks looking to put a punctuation mark on this season. Second and short from about the 2. Williams takes it. He is going to be, no, he gets away, and now he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Jaden Williams. His touchdown a few moments ago was wiped out by a penalty. This time he goes, punches it in for 6, and puts an exclamation point on the season here for the Jayhawks as they now lead it 29-0. Again, from 2 yards out, touchdown, Jaden Williams on the quarterback keeper.
Yeah, that was just a great play right there. We obviously saw him possibly go into the end zone before, but it was wiped out by a penalty. And once again, the mobile quarterback, Jaden Williams, is showing why he's a really good dual threat in the pocket back there.
Extra point up and good. So the Jefferson Jayhawks have put up a 30 spot here tonight. And with that touchdown, Joah, the most points on the season here for the Jayhawks. The first time they have crossed 30 points. No better way than to do that here on the final night of the regular season, as they're a minute 11 away from clinching their first winning season since 1993 and all but guaranteed a playoff spot next week.
Yeah, just like you said, just a couple more snaps here, and
4 yards gain on the play. Third down and 6 for the Jayhawks. That's all complete.
Again, touchdown that time by number 12, Jaden Williams. His first touchdown of the game, the 4th touchdown of the evening for the Jayhawks. Anthony Marquez added a field goal, the big offensive superstar here this evening, the wide receiver, punt returner Mike Townsend. 2 through the air, 1 on a punt return here earlier in the second half, as Marquez has to kick this ball away once more here for the end of the evening. The ball's got hit number 13, picked up there by Gavin Sanders. Sanders looking for some space coming near the Jefferson sideline. Now reverses field, trying to get out wide, still going. As he's got some space working, and it looks like there's going to be a flag down, perhaps a block in the back near the 28, as Williams was ultimately able to get out near midfield. He was tackled at the 29. Now we have 2 markers down back near the 30.
Yeah, I think there is a hold in here and a block in the back.
It looks like this penalty is going to go against the Auburn Knights. That play took quite a while. Started at 1:11, now at 54.1 seconds. This one's all but in the books. 54 seconds left for the Jayhawks. Head coach Cody Casada standing there on the sideline, going to lead his Jayhawks to a winning season for the first time in more than 30 years. He is an alumni of the school. Played on this very strong Jefferson Jayhawks squad. See if they want to try and go down, pick up some points. They can put some on the board here. Take this quarterback keeper and thrown down in the backfield. Another nice play here in the second half as Alvin Puckett brings down Lindy, and the defense has really been swarming here in the second half. They've had a ton of negative plays on defense, and one more snap will do it here for the Jayhawks as the Auburn Knights will snap this ball one more time.
8-yard loss on the play brings up 2nd down and 18 for the visiting Knights.
2nd and 18.
Looks like Auburn
And
just wants to get off the field here.
Looks like the referees are not going to force them to snap the ball. And just like that, for the first time since 1993, your Jefferson Jayhawks have clinched a winning season. Their 5th victory of the evening is the biggest margin of victory on the year. The most points they've put up in a game here this season. Your final score, Jefferson 30, Auburn nothing. Your Jefferson Jayhawks will be a 5-4 squad. They finished with a winning record for the first time since 1993 and will likely be heading to the postseason. Joah, a great game here for the Jayhawks. It started off a little bit slow in that first quarter. The Jayhawks couldn't get any points. The defense was able to force 3 turnovers, and ultimately the offense picked it up. 3 touchdowns from Michael Townsend here, 2 in the air, 1 on a punt return. But a great win to cap off an excellent season here for your Jefferson Jayhawks.
Yeah, I mean, this was just a really, really good game. And like you said, in the first quarter, it was kind of iffy on if it would be a close game or not, but the defense really stepped up and the offense played great. Julius Holt had a great game. Jaden Williams had a great game. Just all-around great game by everybody.
Again, your final score, your Jefferson Jayhawks are victorious. They beat the Auburn Knights 30-0. It is the second shutout of the season for the Jayhawks. They capped their season. They shut out East in the opener. Here in the finale, they shut out the Auburn Knights. They put up 30 points in the final game of the season, their most points on the season. And once again, for the first time since 1993, your Jefferson Jayhawks have finished with a winning record. They end the season at 5-4 and will likely be headed to the postseason. Be sure to take a look and see who they will be playing in the postseason should they be selected. Until next time, thank you so much for watching here on Jefferson TV. For Joah Hoffman, I have been Trevor Larson. Again, for the final time in the regular season, your Jefferson Jayhawks beat the Auburn Knights by a score of 30-0 and their first winning season since 1993. Have a great night, everybody.